AI is making strides in the financial sector, with banks like JP Morgan reporting a 20% efficiency boost, and other banks adopting AI in wealth management, risk assessment, and customer service. Isaac Tan from BCG is here to tell us more about this in detail.
I have both good news and bad news. Let me start with the bad news. There's certainly some headwinds facing the financial services industry. Number one, we see value migration. In layman terms, this is actually, attacker like the digital players stealing share away from traditional banks. Just for an example, in Brazil itself, we are now seeing a full digital player like Nubank having a larger market cap than all the other traditional banks. Secondly, another headwind, we see enhanced regulatory scrutiny with Basel IV regulations coming in place later this year. There will be more requirements for stricter capital requirements. So it's not looking good for banks' profitability. Of course, geopolitical risk is something that banks need to weigh in next few years where the direction will go. And hence, there's a lot of headwind that is facing them. But the good news is there's also some trends that's exciting, right? So number one, advancement of AI. I think this is something that is happening at a fast pace. It will truly become a game changer. Besides with all the digital advancements on embedding experience into different ecosystems, we believe this is also something that will transform the customer experience at a different level.
With banks like JP Morgan reporting major efficiency gains, how do you see AI reshaping financial services within the next decade?
I think this is a topic that is close to my heart. I'm always fascinated by how fast this thing has changed. Just 2 years ago, we were just introduced to the term generative AI, how it is and so on. And now fast forward in 2025, we're already seeing agentic AI coming into the mainstream, how this would transform AI to the next set, right? And again, we see two main, benefits impacting financial industry here, right? One, of course, productivity uplift. And secondly, customer experience transformation. On productivity, I think we have seen, many banks in the world have already experimented with AI, how it transforms productivity in front, middle, back office, ensuring uplift, across the board for all the employees, right? But I think something that is not talked enough in the industry is about how AI would transform the customer experience. In this case, imagine AI, becoming conversational, allowing you to do conversational banking. In the space, you imagine this no longer need to go to your app to click on the menu, press a few buttons, do a transactions. You can just converse to your app and say, I want you to transact, I want to get financial advice. The AI will be able to empower a different experience for you to do it seamlessly for you. And that's the kind of experience we're excited for. And that's the kind of changes that we expect to see in the next few years in the financial services space.
How can financial institutions balance AI-driven automation with workforce upskilling and avoiding job displacement?
I think to answer this, we first need to know where is the future of job demand will be with all this AI displacement that will happen. So if you bear with me and imagine this scenario, 10 years time, when AI will become table stake, adopted by all the major banks, it's almost becoming like the core banking system, no bank would not have it. At this point, the competitive advantage of banks or financial services industry will no longer be just on AI. You almost need to go back to the fundamentals of focusing on human. And this is the thesis we have, which is ultimately, you need to go back to having the human elements in financial institutions. For example, ensuring meaningful human interactions, championing humanity values such as ethical banking and so on as your core differentiator. So in that case, financial institutions will need to work with different upskilling institutions to structurally upskill, reskill the employees to be ready for the new demand role. And of course, that means maybe transforming people who is today working on operational role today in the back office, moving them to be reskilled towards serving customer in the high value, critical customer touchpoint engagements. And this will be the differentiator for you to generate value. So it's no longer a question of whether they need to do it. It's a question of when they need to do it and how they need to do it to ensure the successful transition of their workforce.
Well, thank you very much for providing our viewers with your candid and valuable viewpoints, Isaac. Once again, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine.
Again, our guest was Isaac Tan, partner at Boston Consulting Group. For more news, please visit asianbankingandfinance.net.